one of the things that is fantastic that we did was to open the opportunity to the students to know the Nautical Institute from the beginning, free of charge. This is a very good opportunity to them to start a career and to develop themselves in a good way, in a proper way, because there are many ways to learn the things, and you can learn wrongly, you can learn correctly, and all the information comes from the Nautical Institute or its members are solid and well-grounded information. So it's a very good, and we have a lot of tools nowadays to develop the career.